100,000 Americans lost their jobs because of one signature. Not China, not AI. But a 50% tariff on aluminum, signed by Trump on January 2, 2025. 3 weeks later, workers in Kentucky got pink slips. Not due to competition, but due to a policy called Protecting American Industry. The White House said the tariff would boost U.S. factories and reduce foreign reliance. But Canada's aluminum, over 60% of U.S. imports, didn't stop flowing. It just went elsewhere. Quebec ramped up exports to Europe and Asia, while U.S. factories cut orders, raised prices, and laid off staff. And American-made goods. They started getting more expensive, fast. By mid-2025, aluminum costs pushed car prices up. A Ford F-150 jumped from $38,000 to over $41,000, with no new features. Meanwhile, Quebec's factories worked 24/7, powered by cheap hydroelectricity. In contrast, U.S. plants in Ohio and Michigan shut down, crushed by soaring electricity bills and high input costs. Trump's move looked tough. But structurally, it ignored the real problems: energy prices, smelting capacity, and long-term investment. Canada, without firing a shot, became the new hub. Signing deals with Japan, Germany, South Korea, while the US fought inflation and layoffs. 100,000 jobs, gone. Not just in aluminum, but in transport, packaging, and construction. And it didn't end there. Then came Trump's China deal. He bragged about securing rare earths, calling it a huge win, but it exposed America's biggest weakness. The US wants independence, but signed a deal that shows it can't stand alone. Especially when it comes to critical materials like rare earths. Rare earths aren't just metals, they power missiles, jets, satellites, and EVs. And China controls over 90% of processing. Even the Mountain Pass mine in California. It ships ore to China to be processed. Then we import it back. It's like mining gold, mailing it abroad, and buying it back as jewelry. This isn't just trade. It's a national security crisis. The US military, F-35s, Tomahawks, drones, relies on rare earths. Without them, American military dominance crumbles. And the US becomes a giant with outdated weapons. The tech sector too, iPhones, EVs, wind turbines, they all depend on these materials. Without rare earths, Silicon Valley could go dark. Trump's trade war didn't fix this. The Phase 1 deal focused on soybeans and LNG, ignoring the rare earth monopoly. He wanted to cut ties with China, but ended up cementing dependence with a single A4 paper. And it gets worse. Elon Musk went nuclear. He called Trump's latest budget bill a disaster. Why? It kills the $7,500 EV tax credit and punishes clean energy. Without that credit, EVs will get $7,500 to $10,000 more expensive starting in 2026. Not just for Tesla, for everyone. The bill also adds new fees for driving electric. And imposes tariffs on EV parts. Buying or fixing an EV. Now it's a double whammy. Tesla's stock is plunging. EV sales could fall by over 300,000 units a year. Factories might slow production. Workers could lose jobs. Musk isn't crying over lost profits. He's warning that this bill drags America backward, into big oil's pocket and out of the global EV race. Meanwhile, China and Europe are racing ahead with clean energy. The US just slapped the brakes on itself. And here's the kicker: Trump's bill could blow up the deficit by $3.5 trillion over 10 years. That's not a typo. It's enough to buy Twitter 3 times and still fund universal healthcare. But instead, it's funding tax breaks and oil. Germany and Italy see the chaos. Quietly, they're demanding their gold back from the US, hundreds of billions in reserves. It's not just about shiny bars. It's about trust. If allies start pulling assets, it signals fear in the stability of the US financial system. If this domino falls, borrowing costs rise. Home loans get more expensive. Car sales drop. Cities can't afford infrastructure. It's a chain reaction. Even more alarming, central banks globally are moving away from the dollar. The greenback is falling out of favor. And if the world stops trusting the dollar, America's power takes a hit no tariff can fix. This isn't just about aluminum, EVs, or rare earths. It's about trust, leadership, and the cracks forming in the global economic system, with the US at the center. So what do you think? Is this bold policy or economic suicide? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to keep uncovering what the headlines won't tell you, subscribe to the Untold Compass, hit that like button, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the full story.